My name is Ordinario. Y mi sueño, my dream, is to be a world champion. Growing up in Jalisco, lucha has engraved into my culture, and I've been inspired by wrestlers like Aerostar, AJ Styles, Místico, Rush, and obviously, Rey Mysterio. He ganado mucho impulso, luchando prácticamente en todas partes y haciéndome un nombre en el circuito independiente. Tonight, there was something different here. On this night, I was found by a big fish in a small pond. And boy, was it a big fish. And I got to know Ordinario was facing Giovanni. He's strong. I mean, he came from WWE. His IQ must be insane. But one thing you gotta know about El Ordinario is that he doesn't back up from challenges like this. El Ordinario does not back down from men like Giovanni. Even though I may have a light misstep and he may hit me hard right across my face, I hit harder. I fight back because it's the only way I knew how to get through my career. And any chance, any opportunity I have, I will take it. And every miss and error, cada error, I will make sure I don't do it again. And Giovanni, rolling out of the ring, it doesn't matter. I will attack you from the air. And sure, maybe you still have a little bit of consciousness, but I will strike. I will pierce you like a needle of a cactus. And I will strike and hit you harder until you feel numb to my pain. And I will dodge and I will conquer you, Giovanni, as I throw you across the ring and hit you with the jawbreaker. There is one thing left to do. Well, one or two. El Marometa Ordinario! And I finish you off with this final goodbye. El Ordinario Splash! Am I really gonna do it? Am I gonna be the former wrestler from WWE? 2, 3! I cannot believe it! I have beaten a former WWE wrestler! This is the biggest of my career! I wonder what this could mean for me for my future. Well, for tonight, I will hold my head high and celebrate with my familia. And just as I leave to celebrate for the night, I hear a voice calling my name. You have balls, kid. Especially the way you defeated Giovanni Vinci. Triple H, what are you doing here? I came to see Giovanni. Seems he's regaining his stride back, but you're just as impressive. So, I want to extend my hand and offer you a contract for NXT. You better not be messing with me. This is a dream of mine that I've had since I was a child. I see something in you, and it can be something extravagant, but, and I would say this, even champion material, but I need to know, are you in or are you out? This is a dream I've been waiting and I've been wanting. To be a luchador great, I'd be stupid to pass it up. El mundo va a conocer el nombre de Ordinario, excepto the Triple H. Well, as they say, bienvenido al WWE. And thus, my training begun. Going through the bumps and bruises, I began to understand how different it is in WWE. El fuego que arde dentro de mí está al máximo y estoy listo para entrar a NXT. Pero ha pasado meses y todavía no me han dado una oportunidad de aparecer en NXT y estoy frustrado. I'm getting frustrated and I go to Triple H to express how I feel. Triple H says these things take time. You can't rush it. If we were to rate you like you were a video game, you'd be a 55 overall, a jobber. And I know you don't want that. I don't want that. If I put you there, you won't get much of a chance. You're still a raw talent. We need you to soak up all that you can. Now, go cool off. Take the rest of the day off. Trust me, you'll make it, kid. Just trust the process. I thought about doing so, but as August rolled around and no indication of a call-up, I decided to make a bold choice and take matters into my own hands. And I went out there and made a stake to the throne. I am Ordinario, and I'm tired of waiting for a chance. I want to start my claim by aiming to become a North American champion. And I will do that by going after Joe Coffey. Mark my words, Ordinario will beat you and begin my ascension to El Mejor del Mundo! And as I walk backstage, I feel confident about this moment. But as soon as I enter the back, Triple H storms in and begins calling me out, saying that what I did was taboo and outright wrong. That I wasn't ready, and to make matters worse, the board of directors called and have decided to reduce my contract. Triple H told me that I was lucky that he was able to talk to them into that type of stipulation. But to make matters worse, they added something more. If I didn't win a title by the start of November, I was out of here. Good luck, Mejor del Mundo. And now the pressure is on, and I must get gold around my waist, or my dreams might be shot down early. Joe Coffey, luckily, calls me out, accepting my challenge, and our rivalry begins. And I didn't notice that Joe was much bigger and stronger, but that never stopped me before. And Joe begins his offense by pushing me back into the corner and giving me a cheap shot right in front of the referee. But guess what? I got some offense that could take him down. I start to beat him, take him in the head, and show him the strength that El Ordinario has in his arsenal. Sure, maybe he counters some of my stuff, but I show to Joe that I can hang with the best of them, and that I will take his spot in the rankings. And again, I show that I can do it, building to tension to doing La Marometa Ordinario. But a kick to the head slows down my momentum. And he starts showing me his offense by giving me a discus clothesline. And just when you think he won, I kicked out at the one. I still had some fight left in me, and I hit La Marometa Ordinario. A beautiful chef's kiss. 1, 2, but it wasn't enough. So I decided to go for another one. One more. Para los fans de Ordinario. Para todos los que están aquí, otro Marometa Ordinario. And I go for the pin para ganar el match. 1, 2. No puede ser. He kicked out. And just as I think I'm about to get my first victory, Joe Coffey pulls a fast one, hitting me with a discus clothesline and pins me for a win. I'm devastated I lost, but an assault with a steel chair after the match, I knew this was far from over. And a rematch was scheduled, but as I go to the match and it's about to begin, I get assaulted by Joe again. But this time, I don't take it laid down. I fight back, leading to our match in my first ever PLE at No Mercy. This is my shot to go up the rankings and prove myself to the NXT universe. Even though my overall has gone down and I'm not at 100%, I strap on my boots and walk in there as if I wasn't hurt and that I was ready for war. And as our match is about to begin, another assault takes place, but this time all 3 members of Joe's faction, Gallus, are here and taking turns punching me, and as a result, the match is called off, and this leaves me in limbo. Not only did I not go up in the rankings, but this doesn't bring me any closer to a championship belt. And September comes and goes, and I begin to lose faith. But just as I begin to spiral, something happens, and I get a match with the NXT North American Champion, Tony D'Angelo. Although this wasn't a championship match, this could boost me up and give me hope, maybe even a championship match. But with November coming around, I have to do something. Out of respect, I shake Tony's hands, and he shakes them back, and we begin our technical affair. It's a back and forth technical bout, and Tony and I were not backing down. We seem to be equals, like wrestling soulmates. And and I get the upper hand, start to beat him, and as I wrench his neck, he starts to feel the pain of my strength. As he pushes me off, he decides to try to check me, but I tell him, no bro, not like this. El Ordinario va a pelear con todo, and I made him bleed his own blood. My fist of fury connect and let him know that I am here for the North American Championship. And sure, he's the champion. He must know how to defeat a man like me. But he has never faced someone like El Ordinario, a man who will counter your moves and prick you like a cactus needle. And sure, again, he's a champion. He knows how to maneuver things left, right, and center. But I know how to beat my opponents. As I grab him and check him, I go up to the top rope to go for a little woo. The best way to describe it, I fly. And it doesn't take him out, and I knew it wasn't, but I had to check him. And Tony keeps going, and he keeps checking me, but El Ordinario has more plans. He thinks the submission is going to stop El Ordinario? No, sir. I check him with a kick, and finally I lay up. And there's an opening. I go for my finisher, El Marometa Ordinario. And I've done it. I've beat the North American champion. This is a huge victory and could put me on the path to a championship. And not only that, my overall has gone up. Triple H sends me a text reminding me that this is my only chance possibly to go for a title. And if I don't have a title around my waist by November, I am done for. I'm screwed. This sets me to a panic, and maybe I need to do something bold to get a sure shot at a title. But what can I do? And Tony and I have another match, and it's another great match going back and forth, practically similar to our last one. And I beat him again. This for sure gets me a shot, but I got desperate, and I beat Tony D'Angelo up. Now, he has no way of denying me a shot at the title. I've made my intentions clear, and I think Tony knows as well. Now that I've gone up to a 62 overall, I'm sure I could get that gold. And I have another match against Joe Coffey, and my confidence hasn't been higher, and I put up a fight, but Joe hits me with a Glasgow send-off, and I lose. And just as I get my bearings back, the lights go out, and boom! Tony D'Angelo appears and attacks me. I need to get my payback, and I will do so in this next match. But my attempts were futile, and Tony straight up says, I know about this contract situation, and I have and said, although I would love to see you walk out without even an opportunity to fight for a belt, something in me relishes in the fact that I would be the reason you aren't here anymore. So Ordinario, I will be the reason you never step foot in a WWE ring again. You'll be a footnote, an afterthought, and I'll be above you holding this belt. Now, everything on the line. It's time for me to prove I belong. An early assault begins the match, and before I send him into the ring, I attack Stacks, and now we go back into a technical affair. As you know, Tony and I, we're both technical masterminds.
What? You got that before me?
But Tony has to understand. I am going for gold. This is my career on the line. But Tony doesn't know I have an edge. I have a fire in me that burns hot. I will take down Tony with every move I got, and then maybe I had to be a little dirty. Maybe I had to use the announcer's table to finish the job, but this is my life. Esta es mi vida. This is my future. And I finally finish him with El Marometa Ordinario. Could this be it? Is this my chance for the title? For the North American Championship? It's mine! Ordinario is North American Champion, baby! Yes, sir! El Ordinario! El Ordinario has become your North American Champion. And I told you, El Ordinario was gonna win gold. And with 6 months left in the year, I'm gonna make this the most important title and be a dominant champion. Maybe I go for a bigger prize, but for now, we celebrate.